That was nice of you. Thanks.
They take the
other side of the draft.
Oh, they've done this before. When they know CCNC can get a really good mid matchup, they'll pick him Husker.
Got to look for these 5-minute bounty runes. Top lane, VP should be having them under control. PPD wants to try and battle against the Enchantress. Solo's already moving up, but PPD will reach it first, so Denial is the only other choice they have, or killing PPD. He's in deep, no TP scroll available, and this may be our first blood. In fact, it will be. Pasha drops the nuke. It's costly. Alright, you see no one. I have time. I have time to farm in the mid lane. There's creeps underneath my tower. I feel safe here.
Is he getting both? He got 2 CS in lane.
Yep. If you can get the catapult, jump in, going in deep. That's why the Dragon Tail stun came out from no one. CCNC wants to go in deeper. No TP support arriving from Virtus Pro. All he can do is with the Breathe Fire, try and reduce this damage of CCNC. Courier's even delivering in deep. That's a very, very tanky Husker. Oh. Double braces and burn. Oh, no one. You just can't. You can't get a break.
That was so close to living, but needed a little more health, like 15 there would have maybe done the trick.
Roger coming in with a spear is actually forcing the Ghost Shroud, allowing Roger to do more damage. The homing missile chasing after 33. He'll do a quick death pulse, they'll give him enough life, and maybe with the Rocket Barrage, how much of it will be tanked by 33? All of it. Ramses even looks for an extra one. No flat cannon available. He's got another Rocket Barrage, so going after Zai under the tier 1 tower. The Io and Gyrocopter has been the plague of this tournament.
Be seeing a mid rotation with the relocate come out from BP to try and grab this mid tower. Io and Gyro both level 6 minute 9, so very good timings for them.
The CCNC, he doesn't want to wait for this. Goes up to the high ground, knows he can just push out the DK, so Dragon Tail, Dragon Form, support's coming in, and the relocate, exactly as you called, Cinder, and the damage, Husker! CCNC is gone!
He didn't even have armlet.
No, he didn't. Didn't need it, not required. Now up towards the top, the stop is there. They get the double stun out. No way for Roger to escape with the Reaper's Scythe. Ramses is in real trouble. Running away. One more punch will do it. One punch man Zai. Help is coming in from no one. Dragon Tail stun creates the space with a homing missile. Zai should die. No one gets something. Actually, Ramses and no one share it. 33 will continue his run away. But remember, 10 minutes, bounty runes. VP already have 3 of them, and looks like they're going to get all 4. Io and Gyrocopter looks like they're going to try and do something about it. Relocate is up, but they're going to do it the old-fashioned way. TP the tier 2, and then smoke up and wrap around. CCNC is the man. They'll probably see the armlet on right now. Ramses, the smoke's going to break. Cooldown's coming off cooldown at the moment. CCNC, line breaks its way forward. Roger, it's a lot of damage on him. The cooldown's still going to hit nicely, but they need more support. They need to back up with the Reaper Sight. The Ramses cannot be protected. No one can get a 4-man breathe fire, so the damage output from OpTic is very, very low. Not going to happen. Maybe maybe it does. The Dragon's attacking in. Oh, one more attack would have done it, but it went into melee form.
That was actually... I think he got the hit off
Solo underneath the Observer Ward up on top. 33 thought he was good. Here comes the relocate once again. Virtus Pro. They find a core. They don't want it to be Husker.
If he's really clutch, he can maybe halberd Pasha before he gets the pike off and attacks don't go out, or at least he has the evasion to work with.
OpTic coming for the kill. These items are not up yet, so OpTic still feel confident to engage. Husker's going to find his target, and surprise, surprise, who is it going to be? Hello, Mr. Dragon Knight, and goodbye, Mr. Dragon Knight. ET Splitter being committed, just in case anyone wants to TP in towards this fight too. Partial will arrive, Splitter's already come out. Nature's Attendance is there. DK taking through a lot of this, but the Fiend's Grip from PPD, they're able to go from one target to the next. And Pasha, he has no way to escape from this. Relocate is on the way, and well, Ramses and Roger, oh, if you really wanted to be part of that, there was the kill all the way down on bottom lane. It was Ramses killing off 33 while that engagement was going on around the Dire Shrine. Roshan's being killed off. There's no relocate, there's no reposition. They are copping a lot of damage. Zai's getting punched up, and only barely do they claim it.
That was indeed Roshan. Both items are good in their own way. I think there's a bit of player preference going into this as well. The mana burn against a hero like Dragon Knight is really useful though. So, could make a difference.
Bottom lane, 33. Oh, they're going to find a different target. It's going to be Zai. He'll go in for his stomp, but Pasha loves this. He'll just keep his distance. Throwing out the impetus, he can find the kill pretty quickly. There's no instant movement forward because PPD has arrived. Dragon Knight still on his way, so he's not ready to fight in this one just yet. The trick of the drum charge and the call down. It looks like Ramsey wants to be part of this fight, chasing PPD into the tree line. CCNC, Parcher's got the spaces to beat into him, and Solo has to save himself from Pycat. Support is still coming in. CCNC, he's already found the kill. The relocate out does not come in time. So Solo and Ramses both go down. And that's a weird kind of fight. And you know it's not over yet. 1 second and IO's coming back all the way down to bottom. And goodbye, Roger.
PPD played the tree line really nicely there. Just biding his time, waiting for the false promise to come out, and immediately after that he gets the grip off on the BKB gyro. They have the Clinks with the backline, and even the Huskar, who is just jumping in and hitting whoever he wants.
Clinks is going to find another kill, and that's going to be Pasha. That's
Solo.
It looks like double damage. Solo caught out by CCNC, and now Pycat can cash out Pasha. I don't think he believes he can take this kill by himself, so he's waiting for Zai to rotate over.
Yeah, he can't if Enchant is ready. If Enchant is on cooldown, I think he actually kills him with that defusal.
No enchant used yet by Pasha. Here comes Pycat underneath the tower. Pasha into the sprites. Hasn't used his enchant just yet. The stomp is out, and Pycat finishes the job.
Nicely done. OpTic are controlling the map very well now. OpTic look like they want to try to defend every tower. I really like this mentality. I think when you're stronger than the enemy like this, you don't give anything up for free.
VP need to leave right now. 33 is already there. You've got the BKB Clanks ready to jump into the fight, and the stomp, it won't be able to connect. Homing missile will chase down 33. Pycat's found a target over on the right. It's going to be Pasha. He'll sprite up and push up the hillside. A missed chance will not be there. Can they get close enough? No, Roger. Tethers forward. They want to keep the run. Call down from Ramsey. Turns on the BKB and the flat cannon. PPD can't maintain that life. Pycat runs away. Here comes the ET splitter. Will not connect on anybody. And Solo has to actually protect himself. There's a lot of life taken away from OpTic, but remember, they can just stand their ground, or can they? Huskar stunned up by the magic missile. The ET stop doesn't do enough work. Ramsey's in close, and can they bring down the BCC and sees its armor toggling, and what Roger, 33 executes him in the back lines. They're back underneath the tower. 33 under Ghost Shroud wants to dive in deeper. The stomp once again whiffing on the skies as Huskar under the tier 2 tower. Zai doesn't want to stick around much longer, but Pycat does into the back lines. He'll find Ramses, diffuses him up. Ramses cannot fight that power. CCNC on Pycat, both wicked sick, both living under the tier 2 tower and forcing the issue against Virtus Pro. He's got a nice centaur to take. He's even diffusal blading it so he doesn't run back up the hill too fast and into the waiting hands of VP.
Next level. Stomp mid. Thinking about it here, yep, he'll go.
Fiend's Grip as well. Can no one actually save him? Blink Dagger was on cooldown. He blinked down into the tree line, so without Pasha, you know you're not going to get anything. They're not going to get it anyway. OpTic, Aegis Immortal into the hands of the Huskar. Pycat will claim the cheese. And this may be enough to be the base breakers that OpTic need to be.
This will be the hardest fight of the whole game for VP. Everything OpTic wanted, they have. Oh, and even if he finds a kill here on the way in.
Yeah, he's chasing Ramses. Roger, he may have to start the relocate. There's a mech charge available, and you're seeing Roger decides to die, and Ramses just wants to TP out. He has no buyback available. He's still a little bit short, and they fortify, so he can't even creep skip.
Or yes.
Paid for it.
Maybe.
Observers are down, so Virtus Pro can at least see a little bit further out of their base. Pasha knows that his pure damage is the only real answer they have.
And you see what he's buying.
He's
working on that MKB.
Ramses, he's in trouble. Has to PKB. The diffuser blade of Pycat kept him low, but at the same time, Pycat, he's got no mana to work with. He's got cheese available. There's another stomp. Will miss his target. CCNC stunned up. And Ramses, he goes in deep. The Reaper sides won't find the kill. The false promise was there to protect him. The call down making it difficult for OpTic to get to the front lines, but not for CCNC. Just live breaks forward, looking to break the back of Virtus Pro. And they're in a pretty damn good position to do it. Back to objective-based gaming. Tier 3 tower and Rax needs to fall.
Huskar is invincible until Enchantress is back. There is zero chance they can kill this guy twice. And he knows it, so they get the full lane of Rax.
And OpTic will retreat. CCNC, an absolute beast in this push. They're targeting perfectly as well, Pasha, so he is a non-factor.
Yeah, he needs to get this MKB. So they need this MKB and they need the Aegis to expire.
The Dragon Tail stump, they're going to find 33. He's died more times than anyone else on OpTic Gaming, but with Tusker jumping forward, the stomp's out, and Gyrocopter, PPD's on solo life. The balls from Io will kill him off, freeing Ramses from the bind, and finally they break the Aegis to the Immortal. Call down from Ramses. He gets something in return, but they're so far behind. OpTic can just walk through it, and GG. The call comes out. Virtus.pro knew that was the last roll of the dice. OpTic Gaming take game 1 against a team they have struggled to defeat all season. And now VP are 1 loss away from being eliminated from TI8.
I think with the Batrider, what they're trying to do is just apply a lot of pressure in the lane, right? So they can take the focus off the Alchemist.
Yeah.
So they're putting Bloodseeker versus that Alch and putting that Brood elsewhere.
You'll have that double form of regeneration available.
33 does have a lot of mana though. He went for the null talisman starter here, and as well as a mango.
Oh,
so
top lane, Avalanche is out. The Bramble is perfect. Zai got locked in. 1 more attack is required. Okay, make it 2. Roger, that's a really short duration Shadow Realm. So Zai, thanks to stick charges, he'll go up. But remember, when these players are low, you get a slightly buffed up hero, but it won't matter when Pycat's the real buff. The toss tree! Zai! How can he just keep living?
What was that from Roger? I do think this is the first time this tournament that we've seen an Alchemist not in the mid lane, and this does matter quite a lot. The hero is very momentum, like, actually mid as well. No one is.
Defensive Shadow Realm, no one's being chased down. 4 sticky napalm charges up. He's got 6 stick charges, that won't matter. He's burnt down by the Batrider. Blood does boil. Creeple's creep, but he's okay.
He's getting very, very rich.
He's at almost 3k net worth. Batrider's keeping up with him.
Oh,
Nightmare's
PPD.
out, beating away at PPD. Ramses, again, really can't be part of this fight, and he knows it. Because CCNC's in a farming position, there's no concoction, so they go in again. There's no real save, so PPD, third death of the game. Trying to feed the beast that is Ramses, while Zai, Curse Crown onto him. Pasha, Avalanche, tossing the Drow Ranger in, putting Pycat inside the Bramble. The tree toss will connect, and Pasha with a double kill on this safe lane. OpTic, they're still ahead, but they're having some issues on the sides.
OpTic had this really great laning setup. They got the lanes that they wanted. They won the lanes, but then VP were still pulling the gold back. However, in that game, the mid-game situation that VP found themselves in was almost impossible to deal with. Here, however...
Mid, Lasso is going to be available, pulling back no one, no Firefly up, but it won't matter when the magic missiles there. Solo thought about a attempted save with the Nightmare, but he would have to burn his 1 charges to make it work.
He was floating on 1% health for like 5 seconds against a thirsted Bloodseeker, but they couldn't close the distance and get the kill.
They're up
and
to
now
no
instead,
Flame Break trying to create a little bit more space. The Blood Right is out. Lasso, 33 tries to reach it, but silenced up under the tower. But with the Firefly, he should have the damage until Pasha arrives. Avalanche is out with the Brain Sap. They can find some revenge on the 33. He's probably the bigger kill now, considering no one was a non-factor. Nightmare has to be switched off. Zai creates space and will sacrifice himself with the Bramble. It connects on CCNC. Solo with the body block. He's got the Curse Crown on top of him too. Alchemist, you won't survive from this one. Or can you? The stun from Zai creates more space. Roger will still finish the job. The Pasha has to run away from the illusion of the Alchemist. They're starting to punch him down. Underneath the tier 1 tower, he will now be safe. They're probably wondering exactly what OpTic are up to, or maybe what VP are up to. Pasha and Solo coming down to the bot lane. They're level 6 on Solo. So they don't have Fiend's Grip. Pasha under the cover of smoke, and with the Fog of War, they close the distance on CCNC. He'll get the Chemical Rage off where they surround him. Brain Sap, Avalanche, and with the combination, Chemical Rage cannot regenerate that.
Ramses has his ulti ready. He hits really, really hard into this low armor Alchemist.
He just needs Pasha to connect on the stun, or else this doesn't work.
Yep, and now they're going.
Yep, attack in, Pasha wraps it around the back, TP support's on the way from the Vengeful Spirit, no one's in the neighborhood, he's got Rupture off cooldown in 1 second time, so Zai will arrive, but can they get out of this one? Virtus.pro. Zai's looking for the stun, looking for the target. The army of spiders turn around. 33 has drum charges, not committing it for the chase. Instead, he's just napalming up onto Pasha, but now the rupture. It's onto the Bat Rider. They've got no follow-up. There's no mana on no one. He can't even do a Blood Right just yet. Now, they get a little bit of extra vision. 33 forcing him down. So you get a little bit of extra movement speed. Really low 33, so no one. He wants to go back into this one. Pasha almost ticking out to the flame break, but it's PPD who's actually going down thanks to the enabling of 33's low life. Pasha and Rams are barely clinging it to themselves, but they don't have a Bloodseeker going against them. Good observer was seeing no one. Roger leaving the bottom lane, or maybe actually watching him return. Diffusal Blade is on Ramsey, so he knows he can try and take this fight against CCNC. He runs away. Diffusal Blade charge was already used. CCNC, they're actually going in deep, way too deep. Solo's got he's actually got too much distance. He can't catch up. Ramsey's. I am uncertain about what that was. Now they try and turn. No one with the double damage route. Needs to be a little bit lower. Looking for a good rupture target. The Nightmare protects for a moment Dark Willow, but it's still going to be a death. Virtus Pro. What were they looking for? Apart from death? No one. He can get the kill on Design, get a little bit more life to survive. He's able to do so. Needs to keep the run going. One charges cannot. Actually, they've already been burnt. They could not help him anymore. And Virtus Pro questionable. I'll use the rest of the team to fight. Roger's looking for earned charges. Tani's looking for blood. He'll walk close to the Observer Ward, but just around the edge. But he was noticed for half a second, Roger. Well, he was beginning to terrorize, wants to try and get Bat Rider just to push himself into the bramble, but now Pasha, avalanche toss combination. Into the Shadow Realm, protection for Roger. They get the pick off on the initiator for OpTic Gaming. And there should finally be the death of the tier 2 tower on bottom lane.
Yeah, I found 6 so far.
They got 3 in the mid lane and they got 4 inside their own jungle. It's
7.
It's this never-ending battle to try and just remove VP's vision, but I'm seeing 2 Observer Wards still up and running.
Yeah.
And now they go for mid. Rupture and the toss, the damage! CCNC can't help but burn. That combination is sweet!
That was the same combination we saw from LGD against Liquid yesterday.
OpTic Gaming is
that's very gimmicky.
Yeah, it really is. That's what I'm just thinking. Oh, have we now just created the new fountain hook? Ramsey's is being hunted. That's why the smoke is up. They're trying to find the Broodmother inside the jungle. Now he's got a little bit of help now nearby him as Ramsey's. The initiation will come, swap him out. Pasha, he's wondering if he really wants to be involved in this. Maybe he can get a kill over on Zai, but yeah, as you said, BKB. Ramsey just stand his ground and fight. Gus doesn't do jack against this. And Pycat, he almost died to the Blood Right. Virtus Pro rampaging forward, looking towards CCNC. They still have Rupture up. The TP, the Nightmare. PPD was almost out of there, but now they find extras. CCNC brought down the old-fashioned way. Terrorizes stop the TP out. That was to try and escape the Rupture. And PPD, take me, I'm yours. That's what he does. No other way to escape. Fastest way back to base is through death. He's a happy man. He'll be happier once the Aegis Immortal's in the hands of Virtus Pro, and they are going to give it to Ramses.
Yeah.
Like how no one also want the Clarity Pop, switch in the Ogre Club, get the extra strength up.
This one is successful.
Everyone's not there yet. No one doesn't have a TP scroll. He can't join this fight quickly.
Oh, that's...
The only thing he'll actually give him is Thirst.
Actually a relatively big blunder right now.
They may just walk into Roger. That's the worst hero, unless they got that. Blink reveal, Lasso is up. Shadow Realm from Roger will not come in time. Pycat was even committing the Gus for it, but you see Virtus Pro. They turn their attention. They want to come for the fight, and Pasha comes in close range. You'll get the avalanche done over on 2, but the Ice Path is good from PPD with the Door Breath and the Macroplier. They can actually have some damage on this choke point, swapping Ramses back out again, so we can't just fight with the Fiend's Grip. It caught out 33. Solo had the high ground position. The support, it's arrived. No one's in the engagement. They were so low, he moved so fast, and they'll keep the chase going. CCNC, TP out will be successful. Zai, however, will not be so lucky. The last man left standing. He knew he was dead. A triple kill for Ramses. As Virtus Pro looked a little possible that OpTic could take that fight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It swung the other way.
That was basically a 3-on-5 for
Pycat. He has the Sentry Ward, so he sees him. That's the only thing that's stopping the Avalanche Toss combination, but that's now gone. They're even tipping Pasha while he's getting the kill, punches him up the hill. And Pasha is now 13-0-8. He is well beyond godlike. He has the BKB bought up, is coming out in the courier now. He can at least have it for the next fight. That's if he can get back inside the base. You see Pasha just moving down. He has to blink away, but the Shiva's Guard connects on him, so he can't blink away. Terrorize being used to force everyone away. It hit both the Alchemist and the Drow Ranger. Pasha swapped back into the Macro Pyre, and where's the real fight? The BKB from Pycat. He can stand. Lasso onto the Broodmother. BKB was already up. Someone's going to kill off Zai at the moment. He's killing off Solo. No one. He's in the engagement. The Rupture is out. Drow Ranger standing its ground, but it's OpTic Gaming who are coming out on top. The Blade Mill from no one. He'll TP out to safety. PPD, he's surviving through this with a stun from Zai, who TP'd out. He can help and keep his captain alive for at least half a second longer. The Pasha revealed. Avalanche tries to create a little bit more space. Concoction from CCNC. Control and kill. What a massive 1-2. 900 gold, a 10-time kill streak. And Virtus Pro, the foundation shake.
I think VP have to not be. They seem a little bit greedy with their hero spread on the map. It's not that safe. This is a big one though.
Yep. Observers and sentries down from on both sides of the river by VP, but what it doesn't see is the observer and sentry from OpTic Gaming. So Pasha waits around the back. D-warding is out. Blink Lasso. There's a Nightmare trying to protect Roger, so maybe he can get into Shadow Realm. Won't happen. The Fiend's Grip. CCNC is controlled and held in position, allowing Ramses to kill up PPD. Now he turns his attention over towards the Alchemist. Concoction's stun was pretty damn good. The BKB was already down for the Broodmother. No one was protected, but double buybacks in from OpTic. Drow Ranger now opening up on Pasha. He's underneath the sentry ward. No way to escape, and this is a huge fight. Everyone knows that the buybacks are coming thick and fast. Primary thing is Roshan. He is the main man that everybody wants to get.
Both the Brood and Tiny buybacks expended from VP.
And it was Jakiro and Dro for OpTic.
And the BKBs are running lower and lower for this Virtus Pro side. Now Bloodseeker down to 8, Brood down to 6. And he used his whole BKB on killing the Jakiro.
Fireflies off cooldown. The Pasha exploding PPD. Now go towards the skies. Ramsey's going in. His BKB will now be triggered. He's trying to keep Pycat down and keeping away from,
Terrorize Rupture combo.
How much can CCNC maintain here? He's got his concoction. The double stun is up. CCNC wants to keep battling at 33. The perfect stun with the Cursed Crown. It tagged him up too. Zai wants to stand his ground. Pasha, he's got the toss up Pycat, the swap out, but no one's back in. Everyone's so low. Is BD gone? No one. He'll catch the distance into no one. Onto CCNC, finding the kill. 33 up towards the air. The burn is still real, however. The Flame Break doing its work. 33 will sacrifice his life. Buyback was there from the Alchemist. 33 does go down to Pasha's last swing, but Concoction flies forward. They have to split. Nightmare from Solo. So beautiful. Dodges the attack. Dark Willow can get inside the Shadow Realm. Another Concoction up for the Alchemist, looking for the target. The Shiva's Guard will find the kill, and CCNC will stun himself. There's no follow-up, however. Everyone's practically dead.
Pasha is still making item progress. He's getting a 10-second BKB for this next fight, and he has been really countered by this Batrider in some of these engagements. He can now ignore the sticky napalm for 10 seconds. What he can't ignore, however, is that OpTic should be able to grab this.
Oh, Pasha's thinking about it. Here comes the Terrorize, flies it forward. CCNC and Pycat both BKB. So there's no counter. Roger has to defensively Yule Scepter up. Concoction's flying in. He's got no Shadow Realm available, so Roger will die. The Cursed Crown is onto PPD, and no one wants to make the most out of it. PPD, my God, he just cannot live in this. Neither can Zai. A double kill for the man. There's no one. They go deeper. The Avalanche, he'll catch over on 2. Tiny, Pasha tossing him up, putting that 10-second BKB to work. Remember, they use their BKBs to take the Roshan. So OpTic are on the full run. A tree toss, they can four-staff him up. That's 33, holding on to his core, who can then give the cheese over. So Pycat, a little bit more life, but the reinforcements have arrived. BKB from Ramses. He wants this kill. He wants these dead people. 33, can't even get the lasso. He got ruptured and silenced. He never got the control.
Well, then, yeah, 0 buybacks, like you said.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Really, that's 1.2 versus 5 this game.
The only thing they need is the creep wave. Roger's taking care of that right now. They'll be battling backdoor regeneration. So this gives OpTic a little bit of extra time for the defense. Alchemist putting down the acid spray. Anything he can do to slow down Virtus Pro. Shiva's Guard as well, but Solo, they've got the Cursed Crown, the Nightmare, CNC. He has to burn the BKB, but the Avalanche toss into the back lines and actually throwing PPD towards the VP side of this fight. Alchemist still the sole survivor. Concoction flies forward from CCNC. He'll connect onto Ramses, but they're losing mid-racks. Diffuser Blade, they'll break free, caught inside the Bramble. Cursed Crown as well is more of a control factor from Virtus Pro. taking out first the mid, now the bottom. CCNC can sit there and watch. He's actually controlled. Fiend's grip, not even there yet. He's just reeling from the Terrorize. Locked inside the Bramble, and Pasha tosses him out. The Aegis Immortal that dies in mid-air. He was ruptured up, and Virtus.pro, all they want to do is leave.
And I imagine they might try to go for a Rupture Toss combo on the Alchemist, and then they just run at him with both their Blade Mails activated, with Bloodseeker and Tiny. Try to kill him off.
OpTic coming out. That Shrine is brought down by Pasha's last hit. No one. Blink in. 33. He couldn't find the target. They just tossed no one forward. 33 will at least get the lasso. Dark Willow is trying to help mount the Curse Crown. 33. He can actually just die on the top lane. Ramses was in the middle of OpTic. His BKB is gone. The Heaven's Halberd disabling up Alchemist, and they're all terrorized. Pycat can take his ground thanks to the BKB, but Pasha is just clubbing him down with trees. CCNC can get the concoction out, but Ramses, he just tanks. You can't kill him. Okay, you can kill him, but the follow-up is still going to be there. Defensive, Yule Scepter up, Alchemist done by the Curse Crown, dead for 2 minutes. That may just be the game. PPD can buy back, but what real good is that? Zion's running back to the base, the sole survivor for OpTic Gaming, and Solo dunks him on the head. They're ready to finish the job, and that really is it. Virtus.pro, they will take the top lane of Rax, and there appears to be no hope left for OpTic. What's the defense, though? You've got Macropyre in 5 seconds that can potentially defend the top.
Pasha's pushing him in. They wanted to Blood Rage Pasha and have him clear out a creep wave to get almost full health. Now he's back here.
There's kind of one last fight to come in 20 seconds if PPD can survive that long. But he's got Tranquils, Ring of Protection, and Magic Wand. That is nothing. Everyone's dead for OpTic. The tier 4 towers have opened up the fountain, and then you've still got another 4 heroes to deal with. And Virtus.pro, are they giving him the respect? Are they going to bounce out?
Appear to be, yes.
Oh no, this is the Rocks Kiss. Pull out, then come back in again. Pycat's close, he'll get the gust over on the Bane. Terrorize flying forward, it was only a bait. And now the Rupture. Pycat burns the lasso. They found a target. It's going to be Tiny, but he just BKBs. Pycat will die. He was already ruptured up. He could not run away from this. And they are taking the tier 4 towers. Buyback is up. The Concoction actually, and Flame Break flying forward. Concoction, CCNC hits himself with it. And Virtus.pro, they are retreating. They're low on life. This is no risk. You're one loss away from being eliminated from TI8. No risk Dota, full safety, double layers of protection. And OpTic only have one tier 4 tower that's barely standing. Pasha, you know he's the man to initiate. Look for the target. CCNC comes to the front lines. So if no one can get the Rupture and they get the toss back, then this is going to work for them. And there it is. Rupture to begin with. CCNC just wants to get back into the fountain. The Terrorize is up. He'll cop a lot of damage, but then regenerate it up. Beating into the tier 4 tower. It's down already. The Blood Right keeping OpTic contained. Same with the Bramble. CCNC can use the BKB to try and escape from it. In the lasso, they found a target. It's no one. They're pulling him in, but he's still got BKB plus Blade Mail. Pycat just wants one kill, but he can't even get a support. This really is too much power. Virtus.pro are unstoppable. And GG. Virtus.pro will level the series. We may go 2-0s in the early part of this playoff, but everything now, it all to 3.
Yeah, this game had a lot of exciting fights. At one point, it looked like OpTic were actually coming back in this game, but
I knew it. See, I named 5 heroes. I knew I was right.
He's the last 5 heroes left in the pool.
I like that it gives them the burst through the Necro.
But Solo continuously hitting him up. Trying to drop the armor down so he sits at 3 on Undying, thanks to the Blightstone. Mid lane, no one. Heavy damage on the CCNC. The Lion Strike Array will connect, but at the same time, up on top lane is Ramses, who was the first blood. It looks like the Searing Arrows were just able to reach him. Thanks to that decay wearing off, if Solo saw this, he would instantly, and he does see it, he's saying the Treants trying to find the kill, while CCNC and no one, both licking heavy wounds in the mid.
yeah, this lane mid is looking very even right now. 16 for 7 against 18 for 7.
Ursa starting his TP out on bottom, Pasha's at the stun available, but they almost had the crit to find it. While up on top lane, Klink's dying underneath, between his tier 1 and tier 2 tower. So it's the sacrifice of the harassment that doesn't come to top lane by sending Nature's Prophet to the mid.
CCNC, every time he gets the chance on no one, he will just keep hitting him. This is how Lina wins this lane, just constant harassment. Ramsey's top will be taking a bit of that too.
TPing in behind, looking towards Pycat, sprout him up, they bring the dust as well. Pycat's going to be low, Ramsey doesn't have 6, but it won't be required. And Zai, underneath the tower, they can go with the treants available. Zai, he's got one quick soul rip. Level 2 and a lot of units around him, so he gets a lot of life, salves up too.
Would you believe it, Toby?
Happy to get a double damage rune.
Would you believe it? VP won the laning stage. They have won a laning stage. And I can't believe I'm saying this as a surprise, but at this main event, they've been losing their laning stage pretty much consistently. But this time, they're looking good.
Initiated on 33, rotated off the lane. You lose in the laning phase, what do? Rotate heavy, and then, yeah, this is...
Easiest jinx of my life.
Mid lane, Solo comes in towards the mid lane. Sprout is up. CCNC with that double damage rune on no one. I say he hits like a truck, but it's an understatement. He hits like a Mack truck.
You can obviously win 2 lanes and call that a laning stage win, but so far so good for VP in this one. 3k gold lead.
Mid lane pushing in towards CCNC. He's so far down the ramp, but no one's low. So CCNC thought he might be able to find himself a kill, burn off some mana. He had a regeneration rune ready to roll, but he was not expecting Roger and Pasha just to come off the bottom lane. Zai is down here, but there is no one else. And in fact, they actually switched Ramses. Ramses needs some time to farm.
Zai bottom.
Yeah, they TP over. Solo. He's got the control. Zai's got a lot more life. Holds the tombstone and Reaper's side. Wait, what?
He got saved by PPD. Perfect nightmare TP.
Now into a Fiend's Grip. They'll drop down the tombstone. Necro's in trouble. Solo's just trying to get rid of the tombstone, but here comes 33. One more attack from Solo. A great sprout. Makes 33 have to run the long way around, and Zai just burns off the ultimate. The Flesh Golem is up, trying to battle against Solo over in the tree line while they're underneath the tower. Roger's already gone down to CCNC. 33 hides in the trees. Zai has backed off as no one's rotation over. They're looking towards PPD, but down on the tree lines, it's Ramses and Pasha going against the enraged up Fuzzy Wuzzy, and he gets the clamp up. 33 slowed up, doesn't have Ghost Shroud, got a couple of one charges. Crowd, he's actually solo TPing him, needs a sprout to control up 33, able to get it just as he tried to cut free. Pasha is waiting for it, but finally he'll go down to no one's toss. That took a very long time.
Big play from PPD in that moment. Gets that TP in, saves on the Reaper.
It looks like 33's ready to fight once more. Using that nighttime vision to close the distance, come around the side. No one's got a stun.
Right, mid lane, PPD.
Another nightmare from PPD. Fiend Script's coming off cooldown. Avalanche flies out from no one in the TP forward from Solo. They try and use the Terrorites to force everyone to go back and send Ramses in for the Reaper's side. That CCNC gone. The sacrifice, it's currently Solo. And he is the normal sacrifice of Virtus Pro. There's extra help. Zai arrives.
No, that's not what he wanted.
Ramsey's in! Oh, it's not an easy moment. Ramsey gets the death pulse off. They're low on OpTic, but Ramses will die in just a similar fashion.
Oh, he wanted to toss the Undying there. I guarantee it. That was not the plan. But they do get this key item up now. Pasha gets the Blink Dagger. He has not used Reincarnation yet this game, by the way. So there's a lot more to give from Pasha for his team.
That's normally a good thing, but Blink, Avalanche toss throws him back into Pasha. With open arms, they find the kill onto CCNC.
This time he tossed the right guy.
And look at him, instantly Ramsey TP's off the bottom lane. Solo's going to take care of the mid tower. Stay together, and they're pushing. Tier 2 tower as well on the checklist for Virtus Pro. Where is Roger going? He's doing the full wraparound. They have no observer ward. The courier's coming up next to them with the wards intact. So Roger will see that for half a second. Courier takes a turn into the Shadow Realm for the Dark Willow, trying to split the fight up with the Bramble Maze, Avalanche toss, and a follow-up Curse Grunt. Undying is deleted before he can get the Tombstone off. Revenge is 33's. But while this is still happening, they have to use Fortification. The Tier 2 tower was taking considerable damage. Pycat can now find the Revenge. Sprout from Solo, TP out, they'll cut through the damage. He actually buys in the time with the toss. Pycat could not get the last Searing Arrow out, but PPD gets the control onto no one. Avalanche is there, no one with a couple of one charges. Wrath of Nature bounces through. That Reaper side, Pycat will be able to survive. He had enough life to live. Reincarnation will finally pop for the first time in a long time, but Pasha lends the stun, bounces over towards Pycat. One more hit it will do it. Double kill for Pasha. PPD trapped inside the trees. HY said this was safe. It's not the case with the Hellfire Blast. Pasha's going after the kill, but the Tombstone is perfect. Zai is able to fight with CCNC, but Pasha is still a beast. A triple kill for him. The stun's available, throws it out, trying to control up the damage, and it is. CCNC will fall. Ramsey in the trees, and now they sprout him again. Zai can't get away. Ramsey's finally brought down. PPD with level 4 brain sap will be there, and it's worth it, but it's his life that is the sacrifice. Virtus.pro come out on top. Virtus.pro going to lose their bottom tower, as we'll see this fight once more. We're going in deeper after Pasha already found the double kill. But CCNC with his double stun and Tombstone.
Just pay attention to Ramses in this. Like how low he starts loading. Yep, he did not get low at all in that clip.
We'll come back into the mid lane, and the Reaper sight is out again. Oh no, the save! He's sent up and towards the air. It's still CCNC going down, but he's not dead for the extra time. That's the upside. Defensive Yule Scepter. No one's like, well, have this as well. They're coming in for Roshan. Oh, they'll claim it. There is no counter attack here from OpTic at all. So Aegis Immortal will go into the hands of Ramses. They protect their one. He was pumping the arms ready for the sprout. So that's 3 bounty runes going the way of Virtus.pro.
Yep. And the bottom tier 1 tower will be claimed by Pasha.
Yep.
Summoned a couple of skeletons. He didn't have too many charges on this, I think. Is that only?
No one. He's got 2 charges, 1 in Avalanche, 1 in Toss. Isn't that easy?
Pycat just got caught on the same sentry that saw him before.
Yep. So. Arcane Rune, no one could be ready to turn around and try and fight this one. Solo Sprout will not protect him. Now we're caught inside, but no one. As I said, that combo is already back up. He'll take CCNC. One core after the other falls to no one's fists. And the bottom lane, Pasha's pushing it.
It is super good against Ursa, it is super good against Klinks, and the passive evasion for himself can make the difference if he even needs his reincarnation or not.
They put down the sentry OpTic, but they didn't realize there was an observer ward watching their maneuver. So Virtus.pro already in the position. They were using Ramses as bait. He's got the Aegis Immortal, so they start on PPD. The Tombstone is down, but will it give them the team fight they require? Not with the Terrorize, sends them into the waiting arms of no one. 2 heroes down, Zai still on the retreat, and that's why the Cursed Crown not available just yet. They just kept the reveal. Sprout, create more, and then the Reaper's sight. So much health on Zai. Just able to amplify it all up. 3 heroes down for OpTic Gaming without buybacks available. Virtus.pro are not letting up. Aegis Immortal, it's got 12 seconds left.
Yeah, he will be losing it here. I don't think VP will be too phased by that though.
And they're still in a very commanding position. The jump is good for them. They just need a nice target. Zai's going to present himself. No Tombstone available anymore. And look at the Horde. They just sum it up. The melee racks, it'll go down to the Horde. With the Aegis Immortal timed out, they don't want to fight this one. But then again, 33, he'll force the issue. Jumping in close, and the Enrage is almost fully wasted out. PPD got himself a great Fiend's Grip, but it still will not be enough. They'll kill off PPD, move through 33, and Zai on the retreat. The Hellfire Blast is out, and Undying tries to walk away. Slowed up so much. 3 heroes down for OpTic. Virtus.pro, and normally their Achilles heel, and it looks like here in game 3 it may be exactly the same scenario.
And OpTic, they could not keep up with the pace in this game. This is 2 lanes of Raxman at 25. VP seem to be, after that last win, they're heating up, moving forward into this main event, unless OpTic can pull the most ridiculous comeback of the whole tournament.
Pycat visible for half a second. Half a second is long enough to get the dust off. PPD came out. Nightmare will protect him a little bit longer, but there's the Reaper's side and the Cursed Crown. PPD's out for a minute, and they'll look for the next one. Over towards Pycat. Disarmed. 33 does find the back line, killing off Roger, but the expense is so high. Solo's into the tree lines. He can't TP out away from this one. They just kill off the Tombstone. Now that Zai is back to the world of the living, and maybe he'll be sent back to the underworld. Solo actually lives through all of this, thanks to the help of Ramses. Pycat doesn't accept it, however, but this is GG. Pycat calls it. The game is over. OpTic are eliminated from the International, and Virtus.pro keep their hopes alive. They'll reach the same round they reached last year, pushing through into the lower bracket round 4. They didn't get much further than that last year. They're looking to change it with the momentum they get from the win here.
This is a really great timing for VP to play their best game of the tournament. This game was super convincing, great laning, great fighting. I think their draft was super solid too. The solution that they found for the Undying that was supposed to be part of a trump card here from OpTic, it looked like a fantastic hero. The Nature's Prophet worked out so well. And you looked across this game, there was a minor lane win for OpTic on the Ursa lane.